Hello people, 'tis me again, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to do a cool little card trick that I learned a while ago that impresses your friends, family, dog, cat, bird, whatever, whoever you do it to, your audience, and it should impress them 9 times out of 10 if you do it right, because, like, it's really hard to figure out, or for me anyway, if you're dumb like me. I was like, what, how'd you do that when I learned it? But it's actually really simple, so this should trick some people, and it should have a good effect. So I'll show you how to do it. Here we go. So the first cards that you're going to need, or the 5 cards you'll need to set up the deck, is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 cards, which are the 4 aces. So you need 4 aces and any 5 card. It doesn't matter. I just had the 5 of hearts. It doesn't matter if it's the 5 of hearts. It could be any 5 card, but you need a 5 card. So once you have these 4 aces and any 5, you want to arrange them like this. You have the 4 aces stacked up together and the 5 facing the other way. So it should look like this, and then what you're going to do is you're going to get the deck face down, all cards are face down, and do it like plop right there. So you have the 4 aces on the bottom, you have the face up 5, and then you have the rest of the cards. It doesn't matter what that order is. So it'll look like this. So here's what you're going to do. And you're going to ask the person, the audience, to pick a single card. And it doesn't matter what card they pick, as long as you don't reveal this card down here. You don't want them to know that you have a face-up 5. So this is where a little bit of, I don't know, skill, I guess, comes in. It's not really a skill. It doesn't take much effort to do. But this is probably the hardest part of the trick, is making sure that they don't see or pick the 5 or any cards around it, really. So you want them to pick a card at the front. So how you do that, this is kind of a way that I came up with. I think it works pretty well. You want to get like the first couple cards on the bottom that include the aces and the 5, and you want to do what I call a block hold. That's not the official name, that's just the name I used for it, and it came up. I got it from the block push, which is an actual official name for a magician's move, but that doesn't apply to this. So this is what I call the block hold, where you pretty much hold a little block of cards together, stationary, so they don't like move around and then they see the face-up card and it ruins the trick. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to hold it like this and then fan out the cards, because then you can't fan them out and they'll get suspicious that something's going on down there. So what you do, you hold a couple cards, not a cup of cards, a couple cards like this, and you kind of do it inconspicuously. So you see all my index fingers pressed around this area. So if I like try to take off cards, this bit stays. So that's what you want, so you don't accidentally reveal the face-up card. So you start fanning out cards, do it pretty slowly, so they'll eventually pick one at the top, and don't show the face-up one. So let's say they pick that one. So what you'll do, you'll tell them, I'm going to show it to you guys for the trick, but when you're actually performing the trick, you don't want to look at it. You just want to show the audience member to see it and everyone around them to see it. You don't actually look at it. But for this tutorial, we're going to take a peek, and it's the 7 of diamonds. So what you do, you say, okay, now that you have your card, you put it back on top, and then what you do now, you do one complete cut, which is just where you go, you take the top half and put it on the bottom, or take the bottom half, put it on the top, doesn't matter. You just flip-flop the halves of the cards. So, and you want to do it pretty fast, because if you do everything really slowly, then they'll start to get, like, aware of what's happening, and they might figure out the trick before you can even finish it, which is always very embarrassing. So you want to do it super fast, so you go cut, cut, and then now the card's lost somewhere in the middle of the deck, because it was on top, and now we switched them, so it's like somewhere in the middle. So what you do now, you say, okay, with the bed of magic, I have turned your card face up in the deck. And you don't, I mean, you can add a little riffle, a flick, or whatever, just to make it more spicy, but you don't have to. You could just say something along those lines. So then you do a little ribbon fan, and you'll see that the only card face up is the 5 that we prepared at the beginning of the trick, before the pre-show, before the trick even happened. So you'll say, the 5 of hearts, is this your deck? And they'll say, no, it is not. And this is the part where they start to laugh at you, and they'll maybe leave because they thought the trick's over. But you have to get them to say, you say, no, 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 the trick is not over. Maybe this 5 is trying to tell us something. So what you want to do now, you want to go 5 cards to the left. You never want to go to the right. Do not go to the right. It'll mess up the trick, and you'll be sad. You want to go to the left. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you flip this card over. You can wait a bit for suspense, and then you flip it over and say, does this card mean anything to you? And it is, because it does, because it's the card they picked that you didn't see it, so you didn't know what card it was, but you flipped it over and it's their card. So it'll be like, what, how you do that? But then they'll think the trick is over, but you say, no, it's not even over yet. So between the card you picked and the 5, the face over 5, or 4 cards, right? Well, those 4 cards helped me find your chosen card, and they were the 4 spades. I mean, not the 4 spades, the 4 aces. So then it's a pretty cool trick. They'll be like, what? That's crazy. And then, yeah, it has a good effect. It isn't hard to do at all. Just follow what I did. Go to the left, block, hold, stuff like that, and you'll be set. It's a pretty good trick, and it's easy to remember, and yeah. So that's today's video. If you want more card tricks, like the video. I have plenty in store. So if you want more tutorials, like the video and subscribe or something, I guess, I don't know. Comment if you thought the trick was awesome, and tell me how it went if you used it on a friend. Okay, bye.